Hey there, Stampers. My name is Sherry Roth. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and welcome to Slimline Saturdays. So for the entire month of September, every Saturday, I'll be featuring a different Slimline card. Slimline cards seem to be quite the trend right now, so I thought I'd jump on the bandwagon and kind of have some fun with them. So I will link in the description below a video that I did that talked all about what a slimline card is, and it gives you measurements and all of that stuff. So I will post a link to that in the description below if you want to check that out. But today we are going to use this Have a Hoot bundle. This is in the August to December mini catalog, Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. And this, when you look at this set, you think Christmas and Halloween, but we are going to use it for something completely different. We're going to get a completely different feel from this, using this set on the card that we create today. Okay, so first of all, we're going to cut our card base. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer here, and I am going to cut it. This is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to cut it at 7 inches so that it is 7 inches by 8.5 inches. And along that 7-inch side, I'm going to score it at 3.5 inches. And that is going to be my card base. Okay, so we can get this out of the way. And I'll fold along that score line. Use my bone folder to make it nice and crisp. Okay, that's our card base, and we're going to do it landscape so that it's going to open up like that. I've got a piece of DSP. This is the marble patterned DSP. This is from the, what is it called? Peony, I think it's called the Peony Garden DSP pack. So it's got these beautiful peonies on the back, but we're going to use this side. And I'm just going to use some multi-purpose glue. And that's going to go right in the center here. We'll end up with about 1/8 of an inch. So this piece of DSP measures 3¼ by 8¼ I'll have all the measurements posted in the blog post, which I'll link below. Okay, so that is going to be the base, and we're going to build off of that. Now I've gone ahead and I've used the Be Mine stitched framelits or dies, and I used this die right here, and I cut a petal pink heart. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done that. That is going to go right in the center of our card. So already, just based on the colors and the patterned papers, you get a completely different feel from this. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this in the center. I think that looks about right. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. We're going to do some stamping now. So I've got a scrap piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to use this image here, this sweet little image of the 2 owls under the mistletoe, and ink it up with Memento ink. And I'm going to color it in using Stampin' Blends. So I am going to use Smoky Slate first. I'm going to start with the light and color in one of the owls. So there's lots of different ways that you can use your blends. You can start with dark and then go to light. You can go light to dark. There really is no right or wrong way. It's whatever you find works best for you. I usually go light to dark and then back to light. But this one you'll see that I won't blend too much afterwards, after I color. So I've added the light. I'm going to take the dark and kind of where these little wisps are, I'm just basically adding a little bit of shading. And then I'm going to color in his feet with the dark as well. Okay, so that's the Smoky Slate. And then I'm going to do the same thing with Crumb Cake. for the girl owl. So I'm using light crumb cake, just coloring in the whole thing. I love it when images, line art images, have just a little bit more detail. So it kind of tells you where the shadows should be. Because I am not an artist. That's not how I think. So if it tells me where to add the black, or sorry, the dark, then that's great. And again, I'll use the dark to color in her feet. Okay, and then I'm just going to use dark pumpkin pie to do the beak. And I don't know if owls have orange beaks, but these owls are going to have orange beaks. Okay, and then in the coordinating dies, there is a die that will cut that out. So this is going to cut out the owls and the mistletoe. We aren't going to use the mistletoe for this particular card, but also in the dies are these little leafy images. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out 2 of these, one from Old Olive, one from Pear Pizzazz, and 2 of the smaller ones, again, one from Old Olive, one from Pear Pizzazz. So we're going to use those. And we will pull in the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is now available to customers. Love, love, love it. The sides fold up to make it nice and compact. The magnetic platform is available as well. I'm still using my old one, which does work in this machine. I just haven't had the opportunity to order the new one yet. Okay, so we've got that on there. We'll put on the top, feed it through, and that will cut out that sweet owl duo for us. Okay, move this out of the way. Okay, so now let's bring in all our pieces. We've got this. Oh, you know what? We have one more thing to die cut. Let's bring back that machine. Okay, so I've got a piece of basic gray cardstock, and I'm going to use, this is called Word Wishes. And what I've done is I've taken one of our adhesive sheets and I've cut it apart and put it on the back so that I don't have to fuss with any liquid glue, get my fingers all sticky when I go to adhere this. I can just peel off the backing and it's like a sticker basically. So I'm cutting out the word happy. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I am making an anniversary card. My parents' anniversary is this coming week. So this is going to be their card. Okay, so now we can pop that out. I'm just going to grab my paper piercing tool. Pop out these little pieces here. They usually come off when you peel off the backing. Okay, so let's bring all our pieces back. We've got our happy, and we've got our branches, and we've got our owl, and then the mistletoe I'm going to toss because I don't need that, and we've got our card base. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little, almost like a nest or a branch for them to sit on. So I'm going to take one of the larger ones and just add a little bit of multi-purpose glue in behind and kind of pop that right there. And then I'll take the large olive one, pop this on the other side, and then I will do the small ones. So I'll just add that on there. You can use mini glue dots for this as well. I'm basically just filling them in so that it looks a little bit more full. So you can overlap or you can have them hanging down further. It's completely up to whatever you prefer the look of. Okay. So now I'm going to peel, nope, first let's add our owls. I almost called them olives. So I'll use a couple dimensionals on here. And we're gonna pop those on there. Look how sweet that is. So cute. And then peel off the backing of this. Just make sure that all those little pieces are off of there so they don't stick where you don't want them to stick. And I always find little things like this, I find tweezers are so helpful. So I'm going to position this up here, just like that. And then I'm going to use a scrap of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp the word anniversary. And cut it out. Okay. So, and I'm just going to freehand cut it. You can use a paper trimmer if you want. Cut this a little closer since the top is pretty close. And that is going to get stuck on using dimensionals. This time I'll use my mini dimensionals because they should fit nicely on here. And this is going to go right on here like that. Okay, and then I felt like it needed a little bit of bling, so I'm going to add some champagne rhinestones. And I find these work perfectly with petal pink. I just love these rhinestones. Whenever I use petal pink, these are usually my go-to embellishment. There we go. Isn't that sweet? Okay, and then I thought it would be fun for the inside. I want to try something. I didn't try this on the sample. That was kind of an afterthought. I'm going to take, okay, yeah. So I just wanted to see if my fine tip worked well enough, if you could see it, because the negative space, I thought it would be fun to use that as a template. And trace this. Hopefully you can see, oh yeah. So I wanted something nice and subtle. And then I'm going to take the greeting. This is from the Well Said stamp set, as was the word anniversary. So this one says, may the rest of your lives be the best of your lives. So I'm going to ink that up using Memento ink and stamp it right in the center of the heart. So it's a nice little subtle addition, and it's a great way to use your negative space. So there we go. A sweet little anniversary card, something a little unexpected that we created using a stamp set that is traditionally meant to be used for Halloween or Christmas. There's so much versatility to be had in stamps. It's amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will include a full supply list in the description below if you're in Canada and you would like to order supplies They will be clickable links, and I'd really appreciate if you chose me to shop from. All right, thanks so much for watching.